Hello, my name is Frida Valero, and in this opportunity, I would like to offer you a literature review I did on Fans of Knowledge. So, a little bit of background Carlos Vélez Ibáñez and Greenberg proposed the approach between late 80s to early 90s. Luis Moll, Katia Manti, Deborah Neff, and Norma Gonzalez expanded it more into this concept of fans of knowledge and documented it, the domestic practice within these Mexican communities of the hardworking class in Tucson, Arizona. Um, the purpose was to develop innovations in teaching to take advantage of the knowledge and skills found in local homes by capitalizing on home and other community resources, classroom instruction uh, that can be organized in a way that far exceeds in quality the role instruction for these children commonly encountered in schools. To achieve the objective, they developed a research approach that was based on qualitative understanding of homes and classrooms. Also, with qualitative strategies, which is the combination of ethnographic observations, the open interview strategies, the life stories, the case studies, when they combine it analytically and accurately, the representation of the complex functions of the households within their socio-historical context. As for the motivation, Carlos Vélez Ibáñez and Greenberg proposed this approach to help Mexican families in the U.S. better integrate with their community and schools. Intellectual resources in the home in the late 80s and 90s, early 90s were invisible in educational curricula due to power relations. A light of hope can be reflected and improved by offering the opportunity to visit students' homes to create relationships of trust between teachers, families, and thus create community awareness and support, enriching the academic performance of students through agency and the raise of their voices, implementing better innovative and curricular instructions through fans of knowledge. And this is a video that really summarizes the goals, which basically overall is the ones on the right side. Yes, so now fans of knowledge, after some decades towards the 21st centuries, we can see these fans of knowledge apply in different areas such as literacy, second language acquisition, multi excuse me, mathematics, science, social sciences, geography, technology, sustainability, and health. Oh, and multilingualism. Sorry, I had a problem saying that. Um, Also, the applications of the funds of knowledge. That's not only a state towards the education, but in a macro lens towards justice, social justice in diverse societies. Um, so this could also have an application maybe related to the education of adults, people with disabilities, and even the detection of sources of knowledge in close relatives such as grandparents that have been explored. Likewise, student generated materials that can provide sources of knowledge for educational use. And this is Luis Mo. As I showed you in some of the pictures previously, he is the one who continue with Kathy, Amanti, and others the study.
Luis Moll, and I'm a professor at the University of Arizona. For several years, we have worked with a concept that we call funds of knowledge. And funds of knowledge has to do with the knowledge base generated by families on the basis of their experiences, especially their work experiences, their social practices, and their social history. So part of the strategies that we use is to visit households and get to know the families, whether we become the learners as opposed to the teachers in that context, in order to document the knowledge base through, as laid out by the experiences of the families that we're working with. There are several advantages, we think, to such an approach, and we're pleased that colleagues in not only in different parts of the U.S., but in other countries are using the concept and adapting it to their own realities. And one of the most interesting areas for development on the use of the concept, I think, is through Head Start activities or other early childhood activities and programs, where the teachers could develop the documentation of funds of knowledge, not only with the families, but with the kids. And also the documentation of funds of knowledge of the teachers themselves. It is very important, I think, especially in an early childhood or in a Head Start context, to understand how teachers' experiences, live experiences, interact with the academic knowledge and pedagogical knowledge and concepts they're supposed to master as professional educators. There's always a filter in acquiring these more academic concepts, and that filter are the social and emotional experiences of our lives. So in a sense, the teacher's funds of knowledge become part and parcel of that element needed to assimilate the pedagogical knowledge and become an outstanding teacher.
So I think ideally we don't want our students to acquire the language because they have to, but because to further nourish the relationship of appreciation towards the language. There has been research conducted in the funds of knowledge in heritage classrooms. So just to cite two, we have Key and Woodrow, and also Kwong and Young. These two provide evidence of the adaptability and international applicability of funds of knowledge across many educational contexts. If I were given the opportunity to implement it in, let's say, my country of origin, which is Peru, I would like to create a music workshop where the students must tell us what their identity constitutes for them in a way of improvisation through trap, which is nowadays a little bit popular in Peru. It is actually popular in Peru within the younger generation. And so this is something that attracts them. So I would like to see, of course, through weekly talks, maybe it could be created via Zoom if we have, once again, hopefully not coronavirus or else, under the necessary security measures. Maybe we could have it on Sundays, where we could have the participation of the family and the community members. Will give way to the exchange of ideas to continue working, not only in the school curriculum, but to see what topics need to be addressed at the community level. Um, for example, in one of the weeks, a family member could be asked to teach us how to dance, original dance, or maybe learn their oral speech through trap, and suddenly to even dare to teach us prior knowledge of an indigenous language. So I think in this way we could find similarities and differences in terms of our identity, and also see in a more social way how to develop it. If for some reason someone does not wish to participate in the activity, they will have the option to write their story previously at home, record it using audio, and send it to me.
Mana bebas kawan cu, mana ngi mata bas. Hati ni cu ruai dari mai tamunani. Aparis pa ami, tukuro na mana kuyari kuncu. Imas kata hinas pandi ini kaparis kami. Ujarin is haiki. Ujarin is haiki. Hawani kanaiman tutapikas kay pikawani at kita hinapto yarini hati niskanta manang pipas kawanchu manang ni mata pasati ni chu ruay tarimay tamunani aparis pami tokoy luna mana uyarin kuchu nimas kaita hinas panini aparis akmi tokoy kaipai wan ima Manang bebas kawan cu, manang imatabas Hati ni cu, ruay dari may tamunali Aparis pa ami, tukuro naman ang kuyari kuncu Imas kada, hinas pandi, ini kaparis kami Echa kaparita, sumaktataki sa chanatang uyari kaku Una kuna, yakis ka, awani, aswana na aita Uyaro na kuna, manangayin toros pa Yukanchik, uyakonchik, atiruas kanita Wait tarantis pa Uyarin is haiki
All right. Thank you for your attention. ¿Preguntas?